Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Retold, a Harry Potter podcast, a show for Potter fans of all sorts to tune in and have fun living in the wizarding world just a little more. My name is Barry, and every week I sit down with a new guest host and we go through the Harry Potter books 2 chapters at a time, highlighting our favorite lines, movie changes, and deep lore. But today is different. We have just finished our Chamber of Secrets coverage, so instead of our normal discussion, we will be having our Book 2 Jeopardy episode. Yay! To compete in our Chamber of Secrets Jeopardy today, I am joined by Jessie, who is defending her title as the Book 1 champion, as well as Tori from the Potter Revisited podcast. Make sure you check that out. Just like last time, this was a really fun episode to make, and I hope you guys enjoy listening to it. Just some house housekeeping things before we start. Number 1, if you want to use this Jeopardy board, if you want to share it with your friends or just test your own knowledge, I will post the link to it in the show notes. Number 2, this episode does have some major spoilers for the series, but only in our opening discussion. We have a cold open where we talk about our favorite Book 2 theories. So if you don't want to hear spoilers for the whole series, check the show notes and skip ahead to the Jeopardy portion of the episode and you will miss those spoilers. Number 3, next week, Emily and I will be reviewing a really funny Harry Potter fan fiction that I found. I'm actually incredibly excited to talk about it for all of you because I really enjoyed it. It was so funny. It was so creative. It was so well written. And I'm excited to talk about it. But I also want to do a mailbag portion of that episode. So please send in any emails with comments or questions you have for me, and I'll read those off on that episode. You're hearing this on a Monday, at least that's when this episode comes out. And this discussion is the discussion that Emily and I are going to have for the fanfic episode is going to be recorded on Thursday. So you have like 3.5 days left to send in those emails to me at the podcast email, which is theretoldpodcast@gmail.com, or on Instagram at theretoldpodcast. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this show with all of your Potter friends. Leave me a star rating. That helps me out so much. And I hope you enjoy the episode.
1, 2, 3. Expelliarmus!
I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending that I don't exist.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
Where have you been? You shall not harm Harry Potter. 50 points and it goes to her head.
I strongly recommend caution.
Scared Potter.
You wish.
I didn't know you could read.
Well, hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Retold, the podcast where I retell you my favorite story of all time, Harry Potter. Except today, rather than recapping some chapters, we're going to play some Book 2 Jeopardy. Woo! Yay. It's everybody's favorite game, y'all. And so with me today, obviously, I lost in the competition against the world this season. The world bested me in knowing Book 2 better. And so to see who is the real last season we all knew I was the real champion. Nobody knows Book 1 better than me. But this season I had to take the 2 most knowledgeable Potter fans that I knew for Book 2 and pit them against each other for everybody's enjoyment. All right, like the gladiator games or something.
Or like the dueling children.
Yeah. And so with me today, I am joined by Jessie.
Hello.
And Tori.
Hello.
And you guys have heard both of them before. Jessie's been on a bunch of episodes with me. She's here defending her title from season 1. She won Book 1 Jeopardy against Jonathan from the First Time Readers podcast. But she'll be competing today against Tori from the Potter Revisited podcast. We had her on for chapters 15 and 16?
I think it was 13 and 14.
That's right. Yeah, 13 and 14. Wonderful episode. And check that out if you can. Check out their podcast because you guys just finished up Book 4, right?
Yes, we are finishing up Goblet of Fire very soon, probably by the end of the summer, and then we'll be going into Order of the Phoenix in the fall.
The angsty book, as everybody calls it.
Getting ready for angst.
I could already picture all of Shay's complaints about Harry in that book.
Yeah. When
I think-
your Fox and the Foxhound guest, and she
Mhm.
said that it was the 5th book was her favorite, and she loved everything about it. I was like, that says a lot about her.
So that's a unique take. It's a unique take. But
Yeah.
we will. So before we get started today, listeners, what you are in for, what you can expect to hear is just some fun cold open conversation to begin with. We're going to talk about our favorite book 2 theories, and then we will hop into the Jeopardy game. And I encourage you to check out, normally, obviously download this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you do it. Give us that sweet, sweet download. But I encourage you to check out the YouTube video for this one so you can see the Jeopardy board while we're playing it. But first, we've had Jessie on a lot. We don't need to ask her any more get-to-know-you questions. People know her already. But Tori, what
Yes.
I like to ask all of my returning guests is, and I so fairly forewarned you about this very far in advance, just
Yes.
right before the podcast started. If you were to teach at Hogwarts Castle, what class would you most want to teach?
I was thinking of this. Either I think herbology because it's outside and I think plants are fun, even though I kind of am a plant killer. But maybe be different if I had magic. Or
Not so
even
green a thumb.
divination. I think divination, just the idea of just like that kind of art is really fun. And I like getting like my palms read, doing tea leaves and stuff. And
Mhm.
Trelawney is kind of crazy. So I feel like it's kind of a theatrical teaching position where you have to like really like go into it full throttle. And that can
Now,
be fun.
Would you say that you know the difference between arithmancy and divination?
Yes. Shay
Oh,
has
because I don't.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Wait, isn't arithmancy math?
Yes, but it's also
magic-
fortune telling.
It's the
I don't know how
magic
it
of
works.
numbers.
Okay.
My
What does that mean?
co-host Shay, she's all into that kind of stuff. So we've talked
Uh-huh.
about how arithmancy is the magic of numbers, and divination is obviously like fortune telling and stuff. That's the
Could-
basics I know.
So I have a friend who sometimes he'll see on his clock, it'll say like, dude, it's 5:55. That's magic. That's alignment, bro. That's alignment. Is that like
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I
arithmancy
think
is?
that's kind of what it is. I think it's math, but like magic math, which obviously is
It
not my
makes me
thing.
think of in Hogwarts Legacy, you have to do those arithmancy puzzles with the door.
Yeah. That's my extent of knowledge about it.
Yeah.
It's the Hogwarts Legacy game. Well, fantastic. I think you would be a wonderful replacement for Trelawney. I would hope that you wouldn't bully children the way that she does.
No, I don't think I'm going to predict people's deaths.
that
Nothing's
might
off the
be
table.
helpful, though. Might be helpful. Well, we're going to move on then and head to our favorite book 2 theories. And so just to give you guys a little more time to think about it, I'll say mine first. My favorite book 2 theory, without a doubt, and I said it in the final episode of the book 2 coverage, but it was the fact that if Harry wanted, he could have controlled the basilisk.
Mm.
That's my personal headcanon theory. And I think this because like the book never says that he couldn't. In the movie, though,
Yeah.
the character of Tom Riddle throws in that line of, he doesn't listen to you, don't even try speaking parcel tongue, only listens to me. But when you think about it, that Tom Riddle is just a Horcrux. And we
Yeah.
know that Harry is the part of him
Also
that
a
speaks
Horcrux.
parcel tongue
Mhm.
is a Horcrux. Because like whenever he gets killed and comes back, whenever that Horcrux part of him gets destroyed, he can't speak parcel tongue anymore. So it's literally just the Horcrux part of him. So I thought it's the exact same person's Horcrux. I think he'd be able to control that snake. So
Yeah, I think that's supported too in the fact that Harry doesn't even know when he's speaking parcel tongue. Like he doesn't even realize that he's saying different words. It's just a part of, and like in the part where he calls the snake off of Justin, it even says like he just started moving and talking. And so, and then like he thinks that he's speaking English and it gets translated for him.
yeah, I was reading earlier today while I was making some last minute adjustments to this Jeopardy game. We'll see what comes up. But as I was looking through, I saw the moment where Harry opens up the chamber. He says the words for it to open up, and he looks at Ron, and Ron goes, English. He's like, try again.
Yeah.
Still doesn't even know. But yeah. So that's my book 2 theory. Tori, would you enlighten us with your favorite book 2 theory?
Well, I kind of forgot to think of one. So I was going off what Shay and I always talk about in our podcast, which is usually Dumbledore being a manipulator. And I was thinking of how Harry's a Horcrux, and obviously this is the first time he destroys a Horcrux, which is the diary. So I was thinking, what if Dumbledore intends for Harry to be in the Chamber of Secrets? Because we don't really know when Dumbledore thinks or knows about the Horcruxes, but I was wondering if he knew this early on. We discussed that, I think, a bit in our Chamber of Secrets episodes, but the idea that Dumbledore kind of plans for Harry to do things himself because it's testing his theories. And so he lets Harry go down, do all these things because he has a theory that Harry is a Horcrux, and also that there is a Horcrux in the school. Harry destroys it, and the proof that Harry can, talk to Tom Riddle, is able to speak to Parseltongue and stuff, it's like theories kind of backing up his theory that Harry is a Horcrux as well.
It's almost like Dumbledore just thought, and if this goes south, we might be able to get rid of 2 Horcruxes in one go. He's like, if Harry does die down there, that's 2 for 1.
Plans, but
Talking a little bit about Dumbledore too.
Yes.
I find it so hard to believe that he's supposed to be this super smart wizard, and he never thought about the monster being a basilisk, and Hermione Granger figures it out, and he never thought to go to the restroom where Myrtle died and investigate, and there's a snake on.
He really dropped the ball
hey,
on that.
Listen, that would have been improper. All right. He's not going to go into the ladies' room.
I know. They couldn't have closed it down for maintenance or anything.
I'm surprised because in book 5, when Ron tries to go up the stairs to the girls' dormitory, the stairs collapse and form a slide, keeping boys out of the girls' room. And I just thought, how come that magic doesn't activate for the bathrooms?
It's shame. It's just shame that keeps you out of the bathrooms.
It's a Gryffindor only thing. Gryffindor's all about chivalry and
Well, no, because they have it in the Ravenclaws too.
That's just in Hogwarts Legacy though.
But it's not mentioned in the books that Oh, really?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't played any of the games except for the really old computer games.
Oh,
what about the Lego games?
So good.
No, I'm playing Lego games. I don't have I'm not a game person, so I don't have any of the setup stuff. So I just played the computer games when I was a kid. That's it.
The funny thing about the Lego games is that sometimes they're more book accurate than the movies are.
I did hear that from my cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin played them on the Wii eons ago, and he was telling me they were closer to the book.
I think they're remaking them.
They remastered them already.
Okay.
I think there's stuff like in book 1, there's actually a potions challenge. I think when you go down into the dungeon to get to see Quirrell. Another funny thing about the computer games that you mentioned, that being the only ones you've played, is that this doesn't make sense to me, but from Xbox to PlayStation to computer games,
they're all different.
They're all different.
Yeah.
Like the Chamber of Secrets game, the Philosopher's Stone game, they're all different. And it's
storyline, they're all different, not just the mechanics. Everything's different. I didn't know that until my friend had a GameCube growing up, and we were playing Prisoner of Azkaban at her place, and I had played the computer game, and I'm like, this is completely different.
Mm-hmm. No, I love the Chamber of Secrets one, and when you go into the entrance and you go to the left, back hallway to the left, there is a portrait in this room that in the computer game you can actually go into, and it leads you to Diagon Alley. But you can't do that in Xbox. They didn't create that into that program into the Xbox version.
That's so weird, because usually they just port games to different devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird that they all made it different. I was wondering what the point of that was.
Maybe it's to incentivize going and getting the other versions too.
Buying more consoles.
Well, back then, those were expensive. So I'm like, if you either had a computer game, or you had a GameCube game, or you had a Xbox game, you weren't getting all 3.
Yeah. And Jessie, what would you say your favorite book 2 theory is?
Okay, so this isn't really a theory, but I just thought, I can't talk about a theory, but first I just want to talk about this short thing, is that when I was rereading and I read the part where Harry is brought into Dumbledore's office for questioning after he finds Justin, and Hagrid storms into Dumbledore's office and he's so mad and he's ranting. He's like, "It's not Harry, I swear for him." And he goes on and on.
Yeah.
And it struck me that he was probably so upset because the same thing happened to him. And so here he is like reliving that moment, but for Harry, and he's trying so hard to save Harry. And so I just thought that was really sweet. And then my other theory
I swear in front of the Ministry of Magic.
I know. My other theory that I thought of, and I like went down this trail and then I was like, no, maybe not. But what if Harry actually was sorted into Slytherin and the hat was right? And him being sorted into Slytherin actually worked out really well because maybe Snape wouldn't have hated him as much. And like maybe he would have been a Slytherin that kind of broke in the mold and still chose to be good, but in Slytherin house. And then maybe like some of the Slytherins would have liked him and maybe Malfoy wouldn't have hated him so much and they wouldn't have been enemies. But then I still think about like, would he have gained Ron and Hermione as such close allies? So I just like think about what would have happened and how would the series have changed if he was in Slytherin.
I think there would have been a conundrum if him and Malfoy became close because it's going to get to the point where his dad's like, okay, to appease our Dark Lord, you need to sacrifice your BFF here.
Yeah, and then like because Malfoy wouldn't even sacrifice him when he was in Gryffindor. Yeah. So I feel like those moments where Malfoy almost turns, like in book 6 when you can see he almost sides with Dumbledore at the end, like he's right on the fence that, you know, if it was for his friend, he might have turned.
Yeah, he's kind of a product of his circumstances instead of like actively choosing something.
Well, fantastic theories, everybody. I loved it. It was good. And now it's time.
Jeopardy time.
To give the people what they want. So I have over here, let me go to share screen. Yes.
Oh my goodness, your unread emails.
Oh yeah, there's like 17,000.
I do the same thing. I don't read my emails. They just keep
coming. It doesn't stop.
I can't believe I like do a once a week. I'm an orderly person, so I have to select all and delete all the junk, and I can't leave them unread.
I should have done that, but also it is. Yeah, but it's also helpful because sometimes I think, oh, what was that one email? And so I can look it up because I have all of them.
I save the ones that are important. I don't delete things that I may need to reference, but like American Eagle coupon, I delete that.
Fair enough. So for this game of Jeopardy, I gave you both a hint beforehand. Yes. I pretty much gave you the same hint.
Okay. I know. Well, I guessed it, and then it was confirmed.
Yeah, it was funny. Jessie texted me, and she goes, "If Gilderoy Lockhart isn't a how did you phrase it?" I said,
"If Gilderoy Lockhart isn't a category," and you didn't title it that. I
didn't. But I will click start so you can see the category titles, and I will explain everything, and we'll get rocking. So, but boom. All right. So here we have for our category, we have 6 different categories like we did last time. Somebody says it makes more sense to do 7. And I said, yeah, but that's more work. Anyway.
You can take one of my hundreds of Quizage questions.
So here are your categories for this book's Jeopardy. Number 1, incantations. And incantations is essentially who said the quote. I just wanted a Potter term for it. So it's who said this.
Okay.
Incantations, who said it. Then we have outside the castle. And outside the castle is kind of a catch-all for anything that happened outside of Hogwarts Castle. So whether it be in Diagon Alley, at the Burrow, over in the forests of Albania, wherever. Just kind of a catch-all for outside the castle. Then we have Hogwarts Happenings. Yeah. Then we have Hogwarts Happenings, and that is a catch-all for everything inside the castle. So these are 2 very vague categories.
Inside, outside.
And then we have transfigurations, which are differences that the movies made from the books. Now, I will say this. I changed it a little bit from the book 1 Jeopardy because this board was actually harder to make than book 1 Jeopardy. I was telling Jessie, I was like, this book, like this one was very much, some of these questions seemed so easy because they were like, it's either going to be one or the other. But so with that in mind, like when I think of transfigurations, it's so easy because I can see what happens in the movie. So for most of them, it's not just like what's the difference? Like, how does the movie do it? It's you have to say both what the book does
that's
and
fair.
what the movie
What
does.
the movie does?
Mhm.
Okay.
So we have secret layers and there's a lot of places in this book that are off limits, forbidden chambers, one might say. And this category is sort of encompasses those things. What are those chambers? How do they get into them? We'll find out. And then finally, obviously, we have Gilderoy. And in this section, it's all things Gilderoy Lockhart. Now, I will say, to me, these are hard questions. Like, I think all the 100 levels are not hard, but with Gilderoy, to me, they feel harder. But I felt justified in making them harder because I told both of you ahead of time there's a Gilderoy section. So anyway, this is how this game's going to work. I am going to, we'll start it off. Tori as the challenger. Jessie's the defending champ. She doesn't get the right to go first. All right, it's not fair. All right, you're going to get to go first. And the way it'll work, audience, listeners at home, is that, so let's say Tori picks, incantations 100. She has to pick a 100 level first. She can't jump to 200, 300, 400. Questions have to be unlocked, as it were. And so she would pick a 100. If she got it right, yay. If she gets it wrong, she loses the points that would have been offered. So, if she gets 100 wrong right away, she'll be negative 100. And if she got it wrong and Jessie wanted to steal the answer, she could do that. And the same works vice versa. So at one point, there is a double jeopardy. So there is one question that's worth twice the amount of what it says. And then at the very end, we have a final jeopardy question where you will wager however many points you are able to and desire to of what you have. And we'll see. I'll explain more when we get to Final Jeopardy. But all that being said, competitors, do either of you have a question?
I
don't think so.
Just are you going to offer the one hint?
I think if it needs to be done, that is on a need to be done basis.
Okay.
And some things, since you have the Jeopardy creator here, if you need somewhat further explanation, I'll try to give it without hinting too much. Like, what do I mean when I say this question? So anyway, excuse me. Let's kick it off. Tori.
Yes.
What would you like to go with first?
I feel like I am going to stir up incantations because I feel like quotes might be something to ease me into it.
Very good. And also, I will say, I think all the 400s and 500s are hard. So, just be careful when we get there. But anyway, 100. Well done. So you finally learned the days of the week.
Okay.
Who said
I believe this is Harry saying it to Dudley.
That's correct. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
He's so savage in the books.
He is. And you're going to be team one. We'll have you as team one down here.
Okay.
I really thought that, you know what? I can go ahead and just put for the, I'll put Potter Revisited, and people will, well, I don't think it'll fit. Potter.
You just put Potter. Potter R.
Yeah, Potter R. And then Jessie can be Jessie.
Jessie.
But anyway, that looks odd though, because it's like Potter R, like R rated. That's what it makes me think of what I see. Anyway, this was funny to me because it goes against what was said about Dudley in book one. Because in book one, when they're traveling when they're traveling to the island, Dudley goes, "Oh wait, it's like Thursday or whatever, Tuesday, whichever day it was."
He knows the days of the week.
And
he knows the days of the week. I feel like Harry's just being super sarcastic and just wants to piss him off.
Yeah. So if listeners don't remember, Harry says that Dudley definitely knows, like he can trust Dudley to know the days of the week
because of the TV guide.
Yeah. And so this is just somewhat of a miscatch here.
Harry's just mad. So he's like, I'm going to tease Dudley, and he doesn't know the days of the week. And then Dudley gets mad and then tell on him or something.
Yeah. I like your background, by the way. Again, listeners, you need to check out the YouTube video. She's got Hogwarts Castle right behind her, looking all spoopy. In the Fort Anglia.
Hides the craziness of my actual background.
Jessie, your question.
I'll do outside the castle for 100.
Outside the castle. Hagrid found Aragog a wife. What was her name?
Mosgog.
Mosgog? Is that your final answer?
Am I saying it wrong? Am I pronouncing?
It's not a mispronunciation. It is very close though.
Okay. Hold on. Let me think about how it's spelled.
How would you spell it? So maybe you are so different that you would say it different.
I know it ends in Gog and it starts with an MA. And then there's a letter that I thought was an S.
All right. So
hold on.
You're very close. I'm going to give you 10 seconds in my head. I'm talking to fill the silence. So I love this section of the book, though, because Aragog is like, dude, Hagrid is such a G. All right. He gave me nummies when I was in the castle. He set me up in this dope lair. He even found me a woman.
Okay. What is it?
So you're admitting defeat?
Most Gog or whatever.
All right. Tori, would you like to steal?
I can try.
That's super close, though. Even if I'm wrong, I'm like a letter off.
Yeah.
It's like more than a letter. It's more than a letter. You might disagree. So I'm sorry, Jessie. It's -100 for you.
Okay.
And the answer is Mossag.
Mossag.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So close.
Okay. That was a hard one.
So close. You were in the spirit.
I had no
of
idea
it,
where to go with that. I just knew it ended in Gog. I thought it ended in like Gog too. So I was like, that sounds right to me.
Yeah, that would have been very like Tolkien or George R.R. Martin, just another taking the final letters of the thing. But moving on, Tori, what would you like? So right now it's 100 and -100.
Yeah.
Last time we did this, Tori, I forgot to say the score throughout the whole time. So I got to remember to say the score.
Remember to do that? Yeah. I think I'll go to Gilderoy for 100.
Gilderoy, 100.
See how well I know him.
Lockhart set a record for being atop the magical best-selling list this many months in a row. A, 4, B, 6, C, 7, D, 10. Now, normally I would say this is a harder question, not worthy of too much for one, but because it's multiple choice.
Yeah, it makes it a bit easier. I'm torn between C and D because 7 is such an important number in Harry Potter.
Right.
But also 10 weeks on the bestseller list. It's also very good. I feel like I'm going to go for 10.
You're going with 10?
D, yes.
That is incorrect.
Are you going to let me steal this one?
Jessie, would you like to steal? If it was true or false, you would not be able to steal.
True or false? Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's A or B.
It's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Because it's months. I don't know if you misread weeks.
True.
It's months.
Did I say weeks?
No, she said weeks.
I probably just interpreted it as weeks.
Yeah, I'll go for it. Well, I'm already in the negatives. I'll do A, 4 months.
Oh, that is also incorrect.
Okay.
The correct answer is B, 6 months.
Oh, well, I was almost there. Just chose my wrong gut.
I like this moment in the books too, because when it happens, Harry hears the voice for the first time and he freaks out. He's like, what the heck is that? And Gilderoy goes, I know, 6 months atop the charts. Really incredible.
Which, honestly, though, that's what I went for 4 because 6 months is a very long time to be.
Yeah,
it is rather impressive.
So
good for him.
And I was like, is he really that good of a writer? I've always wondered that. Like, how, like, literally.
He's just like, well, obviously, he probably didn't write it because he probably had like a ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter and just took credit for it.
Dude, maybe the people he memory charmed, he made them write it. Not only did he steal the credit,
and then he has 7 different writing styles.
He's just the OG influencer. He knows how to like establish his brand.
All right, now Tori. Oh no, Jessie.
Fine.
Not me.
I'll do Transfigurations for 100.
Transfigurations 100. In the book, when Errol flies into the Great Hall, he crashes into a milk jug. But in the movie, he lands in what?
A bowl of chips.
Bing, 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 bing. A bowl of chips is correct. Hey,
Yay,
-100. Heck yeah.
If this was the UK, it would be a bowl of crisps.
That's right.
Nice.
Bowl of crisps. Now, Tori, your question.
I'm going to do Hogwarts Happenings.
Hogwarts Happenings for 100. When did the first petrification happen?
It was Halloween after the feast when Harry and them stumble upon Mrs. Norris.
Yeah, that's sufficient. I was just looking for on Halloween night. Yeah. Very good. All right. Now, Jessie,
I might as well go for Secret Layers 100. I feel like
Secret
my
Layers.
brain is so foggy and I need to
What was the password to the Slytherin common room?
pure bloods.
Pure blood is correct. Bing, bing, bing,
terrible.
bing, bing. All right.
I know.
Look
What
at
are
this.
like racist passwords? Are they all just like that?
I just
Not-
feel like I wonder who oversees the passwords, because if the prefects are just making these up, it's just like someone should be monitoring that, because you know, teenagers making up passwords
This
doesn't
will
seem
be
like
so
a great
cool.
system.
Like that would be like us being like the password is Hispanic. Like
I was so scared for whatever you were going to say.
Controversy.
No, this is a PG podcast.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've knocked out all the 100s, and the score is
Okay.
100 with Tori to
Yep.
0 Jesse's score. So I think it's Tori's pick now. Tori, what would you
Okay.
like to select?
I'm going to go back to incantations.
Incantations
Hopefully
for
It's not a
200.
hard quote.
I deal with facts, Miss Granger, not myths and legends.
Oh, this is Mr. Binns when they're talking about the Chamber of Secrets.
Bing, 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 bing. Professor Binns is correct. Good job.
What a shame he wasn't
Awesome.
in the movies. It would have been cool to see.
I love that guy. And I like how he gets, I thought about making one of the questions, the wrong names that he gives.
Oh,
to
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, all the wrong names he gives.
Thought that would have been way too hard of a question,
Yeah,
but
that
it
would
was.
have been hard.
Yeah,
is
that would have
really
been hard.
Tori, or not Tori,
Yes,
Jesse.
not me.
I'll do transfigurations again. I like that.
Transfigurations for 200. In the book, when Harry and Ron arrive at Hogwarts after their crash landing, one adult finds them in the book first, and a different one finds them in the movie. Name both adults.
All right. Filch finds them in the movie and Snape finds them in the book.
Bing, 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 bing. That is
Yeah.
correct. Good job.
It makes me think of in your opening, it's like, my, we are in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Love that. Which nobody said anything, but
Mhm.
in book one, I make reference to that as if it were something that happened in book one. And then as I was going through this, I was like, oh, it's book two. Whoops. But it's fine.
Sometimes they just blend together.
Yeah. Tori, what would you like to select?
Hmm.
You can go with a 300 if you wanted even, or you could stick with the 200s.
Stick with. Yeah, let me stick with. I'm gonna do Hogwarts Happenings again.
Hogwarts
200.
Happenings. When the trio want to go into the restricted section of the library, what book do they want to get?
Oh, this is one is kind of like French almost in a way. Isn't it
Mhm.
like the moist potions? Something that. Oh,
I can neither confirm nor deny
Yeah.
until the answer is submitted.
let me see.
That is very funny though. And Jonathan makes reference to it in the last book or in the last episode of the way that the previous chapter ends is only a really thick teacher
Oh,
would
yeah.
fall for this. And then the beginning
It's
of the
great
next chapter is
foreshadowing.
so Lockhart was done.
Yeah. Didn't even look at it.
Do you have your
I
submission,
think it's
Tori?
like moist, like but it's like M-O. Is it like M-O? How did it spell this?
You don't have to get the spelling
Yeah.
right. So
It's like the
keep
most-
moving. What's the full title?
The moist potions.
Is you're so close, you're missing
Yeah.
something.
Are you going to let me steal?
If-
or are
yeah.
you going to give her?
I'll give her just another attempt to try to
the-
remember.
It's not potent. Dangerous. Yeah, I'm
Wanna
not
give you-
sure.
Your final answer?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's my final answer.
All right. Jesse, what would you like to steal?
Yes. But I mean, I feel like you were so close. It's just most potent potions.
Most potent potions is
Potent,
correct. Or what mosty?
I know. Well,
Most, yeah.
my
I just knew it had an E at the
version-
end.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my version doesn't have the E at the end of most.
Oh, really?
It's just, it has the E at the end of potent, but my version just has MOST. It doesn't have the E at the end.
Oh.
Mine might have. So like when we did the podcast, I read my physical copy, which I think is like a US edition. But when I was doing this Jeopardy board, I was looking on a PDF online. And so that had this version.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
probably
so
like,
we do have a score shift. All right. And now it is
yeah.
100 to 400 with Jesse in the lead. Jesse, would you like to select.
I want to do my boy Gilderoy.
My boy Gilderoy. How many times has Gilderoy won which weekly's Most Charming Smile Award?
5.
5 is correct. Bing, 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 bing.
I know. He only says that like
I know that's
6 to
twice
times.
just to 200.
Yeah.
Tori, what would you like to go with?
Let me do Transfigurations for 300.
Ooh, our first
It's
300.
Trying
Okay.
to go up there.
When Harry arrives in Diagon Alley, his glasses are fixed by one person in the book and another person in the movie.
Mhm.
Name each person.
So I feel in the movie it's Hermione, but in the book it's Arthur Weasley.
Bing, bing, bing. That is correct.
Ooh.
Okay. There we go. Don't call it a comeback now, people. All right. Now, Jessie, what would you like to go with? The board's starting to open up now. We got multiple levels.
I know. I'm just gonna do slow and steady. Let's do Outside the Castle for 200.
I got ice now from my drink, and I don't want to like chomp it in the microphone. I'm sorry. What did you say? Which one did you want?
Outside the Castle for 200.
Outside the Castle, 200. What is the name of the village next to where the Weasleys live?
Saint Caterpole. Am I gonna get the pronunciation wrong again?
It's
Saint Catchpole.
okay. Yes, but there's something before that. So just as her answer was 3 words, you're
Saint
missing
Cattery Catchpole.
Nope.
Wait, there's 2 words.
It's. I don't want to be too specific, but there is more to it.
So it's 3 words with Saint and Catchpole, or however you pronounce it, and then there's a word in the middle.
I'm not saying where it is. I'm not saying where it goes. I'm just saying
Okay.
there is more to it. Tori, do you know what it is?
I think I do.
Ooh, this could be another shift.
Just stick with my. I don't know it. It's Saint Cattery Catchpole or whatever.
You're very close. You're very close. Tori, would you like to steal?
Yeah. Yes. So I think it is Saint Ottery Catapult. Around those lines.
All right. You both are wrong.
Okay.
But the correct answer, you both are very close. It's Ottery St. Catchpole.
Ottery St. Catapult. Okay. I knew Ottery
I know.
was in
I
there.
said Cattery. She had the Ottery.
Yeah.
And I had to-
So close.
That's funny.
Now, Tori, back
Yes.
to you with the score of, again, we're listeners, it's 200 to 400. Jessie in the lead still. Tori, what would you like to go with?
I will go for Incantations for 300.
Incantations, 300. All right. There's just no point talking to a petrified person. Who says this?
I think it's Madame Pumphrey to Harry and Ron.
Madam Pumphrey is correct. Okay, you're killing it on these.
That was an easy one. I don't
You think so?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty easy.
All right.
That's
I mean,
okay.
Madame Pumphrey is like the
picture-
most, would be the person you think would be saying that.
Yeah, I just pictured a lot of people could have said it, because
Yeah.
everybody gets petrified in this book.
Maybe I'll catch an easy one.
Yeah, I do have that happen sometimes
Yeah.
where I misjudge.
Sometimes it comes around, but I'll do Secret Layers for 200.
Ooh, you're not
Try to-
taking any chances.
I know.
You're staying on these lower
I'm trying
ones.
to build up my confidence, but I keep getting the easier ones wrong. Maybe I should just go to 400.
What was the password to the Gryffindor common room? There's only one mentioned in this book.
Okay.
Is it A, pig snout, B, flibberty gibbet, C, odds bodykins, or D, wattlebird?
Isn't okay? I know the answer is Wattlebird, but Flibberty Gibbet, isn't that in a song that's like Flibberty Gibbet? Is that the Sound of Music or something? Where'd you get that from?
it's also another password from a different book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I
don't know
get
what song
why
you're talking
Neville
about,
has trouble remembering these.
Mhm.
Because when you have the password as Flibberty Gibbet,
Yeah.
like who's going to remember that?
Yeah.
So is your answer D?
Yeah, D Wattlebird.
Well, D is correct. So A, pig
Yay.
snout is from book 1. Flibberty gibbet and odds bodykins are both from book 3. So you're right. Neville was trying to remember those in book 3.
Yeah,
And
poor
D is the
Neville.
one.
Those are mean passwords to give to
It
children.
was Sir Krogokin or whatever when he's making them
if
crazy.
we can't remember Ottery Saint Catchpole.
Yeah.
All right, Tori. Which one would you like to go with? We
I
did
think
have a
I'll
lead
go-
shift. Jessie took it back. Crazy.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for Hogwarts Happenings again.
Hogwarts Happenings for 300, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, not right click, left click. Daily double.
Oh, gosh.
What food item did Peeves pelt Myrtle with at Nearly Headless Nick's death day party? So as Nearly Headless Nick is at the party, Peeves summons Myrtle over, and he's throwing something at her. What does he pelt her with? Jessie, do you know the answer? Oh, shoot.
I know it's like either rotten food, but I'm trying to remember if he brought his own like peanuts or something in. Because I remember thinking this would be the worst party to go to because all the food's rotten.
I do like that ghost, though, that's like, it gives it somewhat of a flavor.
Stinking salmon.
I still need to post that. There's fan art of that ghost that looks so funny.
I think I've seen that.
He's like a real, looks like a big oval or something.
Yeah, and his mouth is like super wide.
Oh, poor Myrtle.
Do you have a guess, Tori? What food item?
I'm just going to guess peanuts. I don't think it's right, but I'm trying to think what could be pelted at a person.
So I'll say this. Peanuts is correct, but it's a certain type of peanut. Can you remember? There's an adjective described to it, and you've already said it.
An adjective.
They are described as blank peanuts, and it's something similar
peanuts?
to very close. Moldy peanuts.
Moldy peanuts. Okay.
Moldy peanuts.
Okay, so I don't get to steal that one because she got it half right.
Yeah. So since half right, we won't give you the full 600.
Okay.
You get the 300.
I didn't even know peanuts could be moldy.
At Hogwarts Castle, they can be.
Every food can mold, except honey.
I guess technically, yeah. Technically, everything could be moldy.
Jessie, what would you like to go with?
I'll do transfigurations for 400. I've been doing good with this category.
Yeah, Tori's been knocking out the incantations. Yeah. We've been rocking with the transfiguration. Dobby's rogue bludger is dealt with differently from book to movie once the match is over. Explain both.
Okay, in the book, Fred and George Weasley wrestle it, and then in the movie, Hermione explodes it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, and can you remember, I don't have it as a transfiguration, but can either of you remember who says the spell Finite Incantatem in the book? Because she says it in the movie when she destroys the bludger, but a different character says it in the book.
I just remembered. Snape. Snape
That's right.
does.
Yeah, in the dueling scene. Tori, what would you like to go with?
Let's go incantations for 400.
All right. They're both both of you are I have confidence in this section.
My category.
That's probably why you know who wanted to kill him in the first place. Didn't want a Dark Lord competing with him. I wonder what other powers Potter's been hiding.
I love this quote.
Ernie conspiring with the Hufflepuffs.
That is correct. Ernie McMillan. Bing, bing, bing,
Ernie.
bing.
When you cover this on your podcast, you're like, oh yeah, that evil baby.
I know my guest was like, maybe it's a Nazi baby. I love that one so much because, and I say it in that episode, but Ernie goes on insulting Harry, but then he goes, but just so you're wondering, you can trace my wizarding history back several generations.
Yeah, because you wouldn't kill me just because I've been insulting you this whole time.
Tori, no, you just wait here.
Yeah,
Jessie,
I'll go back to Gilderoy for 300.
Oh, Gilderoy.
Gilderoy.
Gilderoy claimed to have received this many Valentine's Day cards.
46.
46. Counted them myself. That is correct. Bing, bing, bing. All right. It's a tight race, everybody. 1,200 to 1,300. Okay. And we still got, there's only one left in incantations, only one left in transfigurations, but you got some more play in Outside the Castle, Hogwarts Happenings, and Gilderoy.
Okay. I'll go for Outside the Castle for 300.
Outside the Castle for 300. What was the exact time that the Dursleys planned to start dinner for the Masons? They had their whole rehearsal.
8 o'clock?
That is incorrect.
I'll steal.
Okay, what would you like to say?
It's 8:15.
8:15.
So specific, Petunia.
Yes, I know. That's why I noted it, because I was like, this is pretty specific.
Well, 8 was when they were supposed to come over. So you got that part. partially right, but 8:15 was when they were to start the dinner.
Dinner, yes.
Jessie, what would you like to go with?
Let me just go back to 300 for secret layers and hope that I don't goof it.
Now, I am going to, no matter what each of you say now, I am going to go say, is that your final answer?
Okay.
Because I feel like before it could give stuff away, but I just want to say it now. Anyway, secret layers, right?
I know. When you say that to me, I always get
so I'm going to say it every question now.
Okay. Yeah.
Harry speaks in Parseltongue to open up the entrance to the chamber in Myrtle's bathroom. But what words does he think he is saying? So if you were to translate it from Parseltongue to English, what does he say exactly?
So what words? He says multiple words?
That is what this question says. What words does he say?
I think he just says open up.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You sound so defeated, but you're correct.
Yeah. I know, but I told you, when you say that to me, it kills all my confidence.
I just said I was going to say it for every
I know, it doesn't matter. It's in my head as I'm wrong.
All right. Tori, what would you like to go with?
Yes, I'm going to go for incantations 500 to kind of, come back, hopefully.
All right, like I said, the 500s, at least in my opinion, are difficult.
Okay.
So here we go. It's the same all over. Wizard blood is counting for less everywhere. Who says that?
So I'm thinking.
There's several people come to mind. Got a lot of.
I think it's
races.
Borgin to Lucius Malfoy at the beginning.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Borgin is correct.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
That's a good. That's a good quote right there. Not a good quote. That's a good question. Is what I meant. That's a great thing to say. Yeah,
You're so good at this, Barry.
Well, thank you. I was looking at that and I was like, they could think it's one of the Malfoys or something.
Yeah. Because I'm kind of going through when would it have been said. I'm like, was it talking to Malfoy? Was it talking to Lucius?
Yeah.
I saw so obviously in the movie, the Malfoys walking in was deleted. It isn't a scene that they filmed, but it's deleted. But I also saw that one thing that happens in the deleted scene is that Draco asks to see something twice, and Malfoy and his dad hits him twice with the cane.
Oh yeah.
And what they like, if you go on to the Potter wiki and you look at differences from book to movie, they surmise that the reason he hits him twice in the deleted scene is to like somewhat allude to the fact that in the book he asked to see multiple items. So it's like instead of just the one. But anyway, whose turn is it?
Mine, I think.
Jessie.
Yes. Pulled out Borgin.
That's right.
Let's do
500 off the board. Okay.
Then I'll do Transfiguration 500 in our specialty categories.
That's right. In the book, a pixie takes Lockhart's wand and throws it out the window. But in the movie, what do they do with his wand instead?
They use it and then they like stick it up Neville's nose.
But what do they use it? What do they do with it?
What do you mean?
Like when you say use it, how do they use it?
They cause mischief in the room. I'm pretty sure they
do cause a lot of mischief.
Yeah. No. I think they just tap things and it falls apart, and then I'm pretty sure they get like stick it up Neville's nose.
You were like so close. They do tap something and it falls apart, but what thing do they tap and it falls apart?
Is it their cage?
No, that is not correct.
Hold on.
I'll give you one more because I didn't ask what specific. Was that your final answer?
They tap something and it falls apart.
I'll give you 10 seconds.
The skeleton, in the ceiling. The
big. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That is correct.
Yes.
Yeah, they break the chain holding the skeleton. So, bing, bing, bing. All right. Tori, what would you like to go with?
I'm going to go Hogwarts Happenings 400.
That's right. So listeners, just so you know, all the incantations and transfigurations are off the board, and we're down to
done.
It's all just 400 and 500s left. So Hogwarts Happenings 400. What is the first class that the students attend in book 2?
I believe that, is this like book or movie? This is book, right?
This is book.
Okay. I believe it's herbology. It's the same as the movie.
Final answer.
Yes.
That is correct. Herbology.
Yay.
Bing, bing, bing. All right. Another 500 has been unlocked. But Jessie, what will you choose? Good job, Tori.
Thank you.
I'll do Gilderoy for 400.
Gilderoy. Gil Daddy? Can we call How many of Lockhart's books are on the school list?
6.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Really?
Tori,
Ooh. I'm
how
trying to think.
would you like to steal?
Yes, I'll try. I think there's 7.
Okay.
7
are
is
you
correct.
Sure? Because
I am absolutely
Harry,
sure.
I looked this up. They list 6 books on the letter, but Harry says that he got 7.
They list 7 on the letter.
They do?
They do. It is
but
7.
I counted it and wrote them down. So what are the 7 then?
There's Wanderings with Werewolves. Apparently, listeners, I'm so sorry. Last episode, I kept saying Weekend with Werewolves. It's at the beginning of the Flourish and Blotch chapter.
Am I going to be ruined if I look it up right now? Because I read that list and wrote down all the books and continually counted 7. Am I going to get messed up if I?
Yeah, don't.
Okay,
don't
I won't do
forget
it
There
now.
is
I'm going to check
7.
later.
There is 7.
I know because it says that Harry sat behind his 7 books,
Mhm.
but I kept looking at the list and counting 6. So I don't know if I'm just.
Did I
so
take
dumb.
away points for you?
Yeah, yes, because I think
I
because
added Tori's. I can't remember.
I think I was winning previously. And now it's really close. I think I was at 2,800.
Okay. Yeah, because it was 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Because she was at 18. It was 1,000 difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Tori. Now,
Yes.
on the heels of a comeback, what would you like to select?
I think I'm going to go outside the castle and hope I don't mess up again.
Outside the castle for 400.
Mm-hmm.
What flavor of ice cream does Harry buy Hermione and Ron in Diagon Alley? This is a wild thing.
It was a weird flavor because Shay
It's
and I
very
talked about
weird.
this.
Mm-hmm. It's disgusting.
It was peanut butter and something. Peanut butter and what?
Butter and something. Could be, could not be. Who's to say? I like that Harry's just a nice friend.
There's 2 flavors, right? It's something and something, or is it just one?
Most likely.
Most likely.
I neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I wouldn't give this flavor to my friend. He's super nice, bought them ice cream, but I don't know why he chose this flavor.
And I'm like, Harry, I would rather starve. It's not worth it.
It's like when Hagrid keeps giving them treacle toffee that glues their mouth shut.
Yeah.
You'll love
It was
this.
a thing to eat it to be nice, but it's not pistachio. It's something weird. Peanut butter and something else. I remember it was weird. Weird.
Do. I love the Diagon Alley chapters in the books, though, when they get to go visit.
Yeah, they
book
are. They're
3
nice.
Book 3 in Diagon Alley is one of my favorite chapters in the whole
That
series.
is a fun
where he just gets
chapter.
to spend the whole week there, hanging out with Florian
Rolling
Fortescue.
around.
And then my heart breaks in book 7 when Fortescue dies.
I know.
I was like, why does
He,
Fortescue have to
goes
catch a
missing
stray?
and then ends up
That's
dead.
crazy.
All I can think about is peanut butter. Can I submit half of the answer?
Jesse, would you like to steal?
Yes, it's strawberry and peanut butter.
Okay,
I
so
knew it
peanut
was
butter
something.
is correct. What I will do
Yes.
is I will take, this was a 400, I will take away 200 instead of 400, and I will add 200 to Jesse. I feel like that's
Okay,
fair.
That's fair.
I knew it was some
Do
kind
you
of
need to do
berry,
a
but
score
I could
update?
not remember.
Yeah, the score at the moment, listeners, is 2,000. Tori has 2,000 and Jesse has 2,600. So it's still a close game with all these 400 and 500s left. Jesse, it is your selection now. Wait, did I just?
Yeah.
I never showed the answer. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Strawberry and peanut butter. Terrible.
All right. I'm so nervous. I'll do secret layers for 400, though I feel like your 400 and 500 questions are sometimes flip-flopped.
Perhaps.
But we'll see. Secret layers.
What signal does Hermione give Harry so that he can perform the distraction for her to sneak into Snape's private stores? There's a signal that Hermione gives Harry. What signal is that? And it's so Harry, does his whole thing of
Yeah, he does the firework in
The
McCoy's
Yeah.
cauldron.
I love that.
We're talking about Hermione here. Intelligent girl. She's like, boys, I got the best plan. And it's funny in the differences when you go again on the Harry Potter wiki and look at book to movie differences, they say because this scene was not included in the movie, it creates a continuity error with movie 4. Because in movie 4, Snape says,
Oh,
like,
yes.
hey, you've
Yeah,
been
you're right.
you've been stealing these ingredients again. In that scene with Kakarov. Any thoughts, Jessica?
Is it a hand gesture or just...
And again, every time I'm saying it, is that your final answer?
No. Well, I haven't even given an answer.
You said, is it a hand? Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'd probably say something like a thumbs up or something, but I don't know. The funny thing is I remember this whole scene, and this is the one thing I didn't think would be a question.
Did you listen to my episode with covering this one? Yeah, with Andy. We talk about it a bit.
Yeah.
But I try not to do that. I try not to make them like my podcast specific. They're more book specific.
Yeah. I think she just nods her head.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
you need to have more confidence in yourself.
Hermione's not complicated.
You say that to me, and then I just am like, I'm wrong. I'm horrible.
You got it correct. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like this super secret plan, and she goes,
it's like, okay, Harry, do the thing.
I'm gonna do the signal. Wink, wink.
I know. I knew it wasn't a wink because I was like, that would be too silly.
Tori, what would you like to go with? Oh, so listeners, it's only 500s now. We have Outside the Castle, Hogwarts Happenings, Secret Layers, and Gilderoy.
Let's go for Hogwarts Happenings.
All right, Hogwarts Happenings for 500.
Oh dear.
The second years had just one book on their reading list that was not authored by Lockhart. Give the name of that book.
It's the standard book of spells, grade 2.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy one, I'd say.
I thought it was the hardest. By Miss Miranda Gottschalk. Ding, ding, ding. I wouldn't have known it.
Well,
I mean, if I wouldn't have.
Harry, we know the world is better than you.
That's right. You're right. You're right. What am I thinking? There was one time I was talking to, this is like a lesson in try to be a little more humble. You know, I'm in a lot of my circles, because I've was at private Christian school and went to seminary, and I'm a pastor. People look at me as the Bible boy. And one of my friends asked me a Bible question, and I was sitting there and I go, that's crazy. Even I don't know the answer to that. And he goes, wow, even you. That's crazy. I was like, yeah, that probably wasn't the way to answer that. But Jessie, what would you like to go with?
I'll do Gilderoy.
Gilderoy, 500. Harry helped Gilderoy answer fan mail from undoubtedly several people, but 2 witches are named specifically. Gladys Gudgeon is one of them. Give the name of the other witch that was mentioned.
Oh, I know Gladys Gudgeon because she reoccurs, but the other one is so obscure and has a really weird name. It's like, it starts with an N. I don't know. Nora something.
Is that your final answer?
I'm not gonna get it. I can remember exactly that paragraph, but I only remember Gladys Gudgeon because she said multiple times.
That's why she was not included.
And something in Norfolk, or maybe I don't know. No, I'm just Nora. That's all I got.
Right.
Sorry.
This time you are incorrect.
Yeah.
Tori, would you like to steal?
I have no idea what this one is, so.
So no. Okay. The answer was Veronica Smeltley.
Okay, I wasn't even close then.
Yeah.
I wonder who I was thinking of.
Well, we're all tied up with 2 questions left. 2,500 to 2,500. This is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like this. All right,
Crazy.
Tori, which one would you like to go with?
I'll do Outside the Castle for 500.
Outside the Castle for 500.
Ugh, I'm scared.
What is the name of Arthur's only coworker in his office?
I only know his surname, but it's Perkins.
That was
Perkins is the only name that is given.
Okay, I didn't know if I couldn't remember if he had a first name or not.
That is correct. Okay,
Perkins.
Look at you.
I know. I'm like, I feel like that one was easy too.
What? Oh my goodness, I hate that. All right, Jessie,
Yeah, I guess I agree. Secret layers.
Yeah, there's only one left.
Secret layers.
Woo! Draco says that the Malfoys have their own secret chamber hidden under which room in their house?
I knew this was going to be the question. And it's like a secret floor under the drawing room cupboard.
Is that your final answer?
Sure.
The drawing room floor is correct.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bing, bing, bing.
The
Oh my
drawing room.
gosh. It's
Yeah, we're
3,000 to
tied.
3,000.
To an American, what the heck is a drawing room? I don't know.
This is going to be crazy. So this is unthinkable.
I know.
That we
Whoa,
could
this is
end with a
crazy.
tied score, 3,000 to
Mhm.
3,000.
No, it comes down to this. This is so nerve-wracking.
This is what I like here.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like neither one of you can walk away being upset. All right, this is wonderful. All right, you both proved yourselves as incredible Harry Potter fans, as titans of this franchise. All right,
Oh, gosh.
now here we go. We are about to do the final Jeopardy question, and it's going to come down to this final Jeopardy question. So, listeners, if you don't know how Final Jeopardy works, I will ask Tori and Jessie to wager a certain amount of points. So from their score, they each have 3,000, and they can pick any number 0 to 3,000, how many of their points they want to bet. And then I will ask them the question, and then they will reveal how many points they wanted to wager, and then their question. So first, before the question is asked, you have to select how many points you would want to wager. So
Oh, boy.
and it has to stay consistent. So, Tori, if you got pen and paper or notes on your phone, something like that, put down how many points you want to wager. Jessie, you do the same thing. How many you want to wager? This is so much fun. I'm so excited.
Okay.
You
I know.
you don't
okay,
sound
so-
excited
no,
at all.
Oh, okay. So I am not good in high pressure situations, and it was really bad because I was a soccer player growing up, and I was a pretty decent soccer player. But if it came down to like the championships or PKs, I was the one that I was always
Whipping
going to
it.
choke. Yeah, and so I was
Yeah.
like, "Don't put me in for PKs," which I had a good shot, but it didn't matter. I would stay in front of the goalie and I would just kick
Yeah.
it to her.
When I played soccer, and it was for like a private Christian league. So it was trash. Like nobody was good. I remember I had a fail-safe plan. I never missed a PK. And it wasn't because I was good. Again, this league, not good. And I had the same plan every time. I walked up to the penalty kick, and I would stare at one side, and I would just pass it to the other. And I'd be like, this will get him. And every time
That's
it
so
got him.
funny. That's such a kid thing to do too.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke. All right. So you guys can't change. I'm trusting you. You can't
Okay.
change
No.
your numbers that you're wagering. And so your question is this. In the chapter, I believe it's I forget the name of the chapter, but it doesn't matter. When they are on their way to the Hogwarts Express, when they're on their way to leave for school, George, Fred, and Ginny all forget something at the Burrow, and they have to go back 3 times. What does each person forget? And it has to be right for each person. So you could get all 3 items right, but if you assign it to the wrong person, you're wrong. So George, Fred, and Ginny all forget something. Now write down on your papers.
Oh,
your
we have
phone,
to write down the answer?
Yeah. What it was, what each person forgot. So it's a multi-part answer. All right. And if you both get this right and wager the same amount, I'm going to lose it because I'm going to have to come up with more back questions on the spot. Or we can just crown you both winners. 2 queens. Good for you.
Okay.
All right, Jessie's ready. Tori, when you're ready, let us know.
I think I'm ready.
All right. So, Jessie, would you give us what your answer was first?
My answer
Yeah,
first?
give the answer first. Let's do it that way
Okay.
instead.
So
Leave people in suspense.
George forgot his filibuster firework. Fred, oops, I typed feed, but I meant Fred.
Feet.
Fred forgot his broomstick, and Ginny forgot her diary.
All right. And Tori, what did you say?
So I had very similar. I had Fred forgot his fireworks, George forgot his broom, and Ginny forgot her diary.
All right. And the correct answer. Oh, wait. And so what did each of you wager? How many points?
I wagered 1,000 points.
I wagered 500.
I'm
I'm a risk-averse person.
Yeah.
All right. And so here's the thing. One of you is correct. And the other got the answer wrong. So
because friend George.
This would have been cool too, though, if you both got
Flip-flop.
it right. I would have been so upset
No,
if you both got it right, and you only
Tori
won
would've
because
won.
of points totals. But the answer is George forgot the fireworks, Fred forgot the broomstick, and Jenny forgot the diary. So the winner is Jessie. Congratulations, Jessie. But that was incredible.
Tori, you're amazing.
That was so much
for not
fun. So
reading the book, probably
I
since
know.
I read it.
I just had to reread the book over the past week, and so when you said you didn't reread it and you were getting all of those quotes, I was like, "Dang!"
This to me is the most amazing way a Quizzitch episode could turn out. That it comes down to the final. That was so much fun. Thank you both.
I'm impressed with how much I actually remembered. Harry Potter just lives in the back of my mind, and then it comes
What
out.
was shocking to me, I feel like there were some questions along the way that you go, like with the Borgin thing, just pulling it out like that, or there were two others that I thought, how does she just randomly know that one right away? So I guess it does. I mean, you
never
podcast
know the things
it.
you know until it's addressed to you, and then you're just like, huh. Just no.
I did know that all along. Good for me.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you both. So,
Yay.
Jessie, you don't have a podcast, so I'm not going to plug your podcast. You do have a book, though. Yes. And so if anybody wants to check out Jessie's book, it is Die Young in the Wild under what's the name that it's under?
J. Salt Marlowe.
J. Salt Marlowe. Feel free to check that out. My mom bought a copy, guys. All right. I have one downstairs. Fantastic book. You're working on a fantasy book?
Yes, okay. I know. I'm like, my dream is to make a book like Harry Potter because, that's my favorite book. And I just get so sad when I finish the series because I've never found another book that I like as much about it. So I was like, let me just try to write one.
It'd be cool to live in your own world. Like the book will never end because it's in your head the whole time.
And then I get to be J.K. Rowling that decides, you know what? Fun fact: Neville's Patronus is
is nothing.
Makes things up.
She said it was nothing. It's non-corporeal. He could never summon. Was it? Where you could be like the whole Poop Mountain. Have you heard of Poop Mountain?
Poop Mountain.
Tori, have you heard of Poop Mountain?
I try to forget. When the author says stuff, I just I retcon everything. The only thing that exists is what is in physically the books. Everything else up to interpretation. I have my own headcanons.
Yeah, this is one of the I pick and choose. Because there are certainly some things that I'm like with Cursed Child. I'm like, nah.
No, Cursed Child doesn't exist.
Shay does not let me say that book on the podcast, so it doesn't exist.
The book that must not be named. Hey, it's great because she has a banned book list that she likes to read. She has her own now that she's made for Tori. But Poop Mountain is this thing that the author submitted one time of that, like wizards before, I forget, maybe the 1800s, 1700s.
Yes, I have heard of this.
They would just relieve themselves wherever in the castle and Evanesco it away. And on MuggleCast, they came up with this theory that it must all go somewhere. There's a Poop Mountain out there somewhere. And I would like to think that is somewhat inspired by the history of the Castle of Versailles in France. Because in that castle, that's what they did. They'd have massive parties there, but people would just relieve themselves wherever. And listeners, by relieve, I mean poop and pee. I said the words, haha. Anyway, so check out Jessie's book. And Tori has an amazing Potter podcast, Potter Revisited. Do you want to tell the listeners again about it, Tori?
Yeah. So I run a Harry Potter review podcast as well with my friend and co-host Shay. And so we are currently up to Goblet of Fire. We're just wrapping up the last 2 chapters, which should be out by the end of August. And then we'll be going into Order of the Phoenix. So if you like theories and us hating on Dumbledore and the battles between an anti-Snape fan and a Snape fan, come listen. It's a fun time.
I love it. There are so many different Potter podcasts out there. I frequently refresh the charts and be like, am I up there yet? But there's so many. There are so many. And I love that you can find a taste for everybody. It's like how people complain there's so many denominations out there. Well, there's also there's one for everybody. Potter podcast for everybody.
Yeah, I also was going to say you could hear us compare Quidditch to hockey because we are a Canadian podcast.
Right.
That's usually our example.
Yeah, like at pretty much any time Shay gets an excuse to include hockey, she's
a big hockey fan. I know nothing about hockey.
Well, and that about wraps up most of this episode. Listeners, just so you know what you're in for the next few weeks, we got next week, Emily and I will be reading a fan fiction. And what fan fiction? Future Barry's going to come in this time, I promise, and I'm going to say what it is.
You keep saying that.
But I will have decided what it is by the time this comes out because I actually have to read it. So there will be a fan fiction, and it's Battles with Basilisks. There we go. It'll be edited in right there. And in that episode as well, we will be like reading fan mail, or listener mail. I feel like I'm not famous enough for people just to call it fan mail, but people can write in.
If you were Gilderoy level, you could get
but people can write in, ask any questions they want, any comments they want. Please do that. So we got plenty to read at the moment. I think I have 3. So send in a few more.
Pretty good.
And but then the week after that, we'll be taking a break, a week off, no episode the week after that. But then we'll come back and be doing book 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Woo! That's your favorite book, right?
No, I think mine is
my favorite book.
That's Tori's favorite book. Heck yeah, I knew that. See, I'm upset that you said it because I remembered. And I was going to, as soon as Jessie said, no, it's this one, I'd have been like, yeah, well, it's Tori's favorite. And everybody would have been so impressed that I remember stuff. But apparently I don't. Anyway, listeners, thank you so much for listening. This is a wonderful time. Hope you have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
And leave. Thank you for listening to Retold. Artwork for this podcast was created by Rachel Ortlip. Music was created by Taylor Jarvis. And the Retold podcast is produced by me. That's right. I made this.